You must make sure that you wake up with a sense about purpose. And I know what you'll be thinking, especially as a member of this church. We've talked about it so many times. I even have a book on it, Purposefully. By the way, if you don't have that book, you should get it. So why are we talking about purpose again? Well, there is an aspect to purpose that I want to emphasize, in particular this morning. Apart from the fact that we have a curricula and then just some topics that must be repeated every single year. But there is an aspect to purpose that I believe couldn't be more timely as a sermon in this day and age that I want to share with us. You see, purpose is a double-edged sword. Purpose is a double-edged sword. And by that I mean, on one hand, purpose gives us clarity. Can you all say clarity? Purpose gives us clarity. And by that I mean, purpose gives us direction. It tells us what to do. Listen, I've written a whole book on this and it's so powerful. I mean, just the sense, the blessedness of waking up in the morning without an iota of doubt about what you should be doing with your life. I can't explain how big a blessing that is. That sense of direction and clarity. Sense of direction and clarity. I had it in 2006. From that time till now, I've never doubted what I should be doing in my life. I can't explain how much of a blessing that is. Jesus knew what he was to do with his life at the age of 12. To the degree that he discovered his parents were looking for him and he was surprised they didn't check the temple. You didn't check the temple? Should you not know that I'll be about my father's business? You checked everywhere but the temple? You ought to know I'll be about my father's business. These are the words of a 12-year-old. I can't explain. Please, you must make sure that you wake up with a sense of clarity. You know your purpose and your assignment. That you can say in the volumes of the books it is written, I come to do your will, oh God. I can't explain how big a blessing it is. And you want to see ease in your life? Go where God will have you go. I know it has been said time and again, but your resources are in your purpose. Your resources are in your calling. You will step into an effortless rhythm of grace. So, like I said, purpose gives clarity. But we're not stopping there. Number 2, purpose also gives boundaries. Can you all say boundaries? Listen, when you know what you should do with your life, implicitly you know what you should not do with your life. So purpose doesn't only tell you what you should do. By knowing what you should do, you will know implicitly what you must not do. And I kept thinking about the way to help you understand this and for it to sit in properly. And I thought of this. I want to use the example of Jesus Christ himself. Of course, there are several statements on purpose. Are we safe? Anyway, there's several statements on purpose that Jesus made. The example I just gave you at the age of 12. But what you may not notice is that Jesus was also very clear about his boundaries. He understood his assignment so much, the specificity of it, that he was determined not to exceed the ambit of his assignment in his incarnation. So some of his famous statements, and I'm sure this will come to your memory now. Number 1, I am sent, but I am not sent, but to the lordship of the house of Israel. Is that familiar to you? Think about that. For Jesus to say that, I am not sent, but to the lordship of the house of Israel. So you know who you are sent to and who you are not sent to. I mean, think about it. In Matthew chapter 15, Jesus is walking and the Syrophoenician woman is calling out to him, begging him for a miracle. This is the same Jesus who is merciful and compassionate. I mean, in many instances in the Bible will tell us categorically, and Jesus was moved with compassion and healed. Now, here is someone asking, help me. And this is what he says. I am not sent, but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Oh my God. You don't know how important that is. If you learn this, it will radically guide your life and preserve you on the course of purpose. That listen, it is not everything I can do that I should do. you listening to me? It is not everything that I am passionate about or everything that I have capacity to do that I should do. Purpose determines my boundaries. I am not sent, but to the house. Imagine someone is calling you and say, no, I'm not sent. This one is not my calling. Think about that.